right, great. All right. So good morning. There is a word in Sanskrit, it is santosha, and the literal translation of santosha is contentment. So we are meant to be content with what we have. It doesn't mean we shouldn't be moving toward new things in our life, but we need to enjoy what we have here and now. So the broader translation of santosha is gratitude. We should be grateful for all of the wonderful things in our life, big, small, in between. And so let's use that idea, let's bring that into our practice. And as it pertains to your practice, think about gratitude for the things you can do and how we get better and better every time. And without being judgmental about what gave you difficulty, you let that go. You just focus on what you were able to do. So with that, come inside, close your eyes, and focus on your breath. We're going to put a count on our breath today. So inhale for a count of 3, and exhale for a count of 3. After your next exhale, you'll inhale for a count of 3 and exhale for a count of 4. Inhale 3, exhale 4. Inhale 3, exhale 4. And you do this, of course, at your own pace. And after your last round, we will inhale to a count of 3 and exhale to a count of 5. Inhaling 3, exhaling 5. And if in any way it is stressful to lengthen your breath so much, stop where you need to. So keep it at 4 or at 5. Because on our next round, we'll inhale for a count of 3 and then exhale for a count of 6, doubling the length of our exhale. Inhale 3 and exhale 6. And now we're going to go in reverse. You'll inhale 3, exhale 5. Inhale 3, exhale 4. And then finally, you'll come back to an equal breath of 3 and 3 and stay there for a couple of breaths. And then when you've completed your round of 3 and 3 a couple of times, return to your natural breath and relax, relax. And slowly open your eyes. Okay. If at any time you need to change the crossing of your legs or send them straight out in front of you to relieve pressure on your knees or help you to sit up taller, then please do that. You know, I always sit on a blanket to help keep your spine up a little taller, your knees a little closer to the earth. So think about your shoulders over your hips, crown of the head reaching up, your mountain spine, chin, underside of your chin is level with the earth. Bring your right hand alongside your right hip. All right, I'll do this side, your right. So yeah, that would be my left. So your right, and bring your left arm alongside your ear. Walk your right hand away, bend your elbow, and stretch to the right. Stretch, open up your heart. So use your hand that is on the mat to push a little bit to help you to open up. Send your shoulder and your heart up. And continue that stretch, that lateral stretch on your right side body. Your left side body, sorry, that's your left side. And then bring both arms to center. Exhale your hands down to the mat. And this time your left hand will move away. Right arm alongside right ear, bend your left elbow, reach your fingers to the right, reach. Feel the stretch on the whole left side of your body. And now make that effort again, pushing in with your left hand to open up your heart. Open it up, sending it upwards. And then come back to your neutral spine, your lateral stretch, and bring both arms to center. Exhale your hands alongside your hips. You're going to put your right hand on your left knee, bring your left hand around the back, close to your spine to keep your spine nice and long. Look over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Feel the crown of your head moving upward. Feel your ribs moving upward. On an exhale, after you're completely empty of breath, see if you can twist a little bit more. Could be just a millimeter, just a little bit more, so that we go to our edge and then give it a little push. Take a deep inhale and then exhale back to center. Inhale and then exhale, other side. And here too, you have that beautiful mountain spine. You're looking as far over your right shoulder as you can, crown of your head, your whole torso moving up, lengthening. And then twisting a little bit more after your exhale. Inhale your arms up alongside your ears. Exhale back to center. Bring your arms down by your side. And then send your legs out in front of you and shake them out. Rotate them. And get to that sweet spot if you're on a blanket or wherever you are. Now we're going to come to Dandasana, the staff pose. So All of your leg muscles should be active. Your feet are flexed, your toes pointing to the ceiling, your hands alongside your hips, fingers pointing forward, elbows reaching behind you. You're going to inhale, arms up overhead, and exhale, bring them down to your heart. Inhale and exhale. Inhale forward and exhale to your heart. Inhale forward with your arms and exhale to your heart. Once again, you choose which way you want to do that. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. And now we're going to add our knees. So on an inhale, you're going to bend your knees, keep your heels exactly where they are. And you're going to exhale, point and straighten. So it's inhale, arms come up or in front of you. And exhale, straighten your legs, bring your hands to your heart. So it's inhale, bend and flex, exhale, straighten and point. Inhale, bend and flex, exhale, straighten and point. Inhale, bend and flex, and go. You don't have to go as fast as I'm going. You can slow this down. You want to get your joints here working, your knees, your ankles, your hips. And then let it go. Let it go. So bend your knees like you just did and bring your arms all the way up alongside your ears. Take a deep breath in, and you want to come forward very, very slowly, and you may not go very far. This may be as far as you go. And if this is as far as you go, just a little bit, you just let your arms come down wherever you are. If you can come down farther, maybe you can reach the outside of your feet. Maybe it winds up being your calf or your ankle. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are. Go to your edge, wherever that is today. And then just relax. Let your head hang over. And then inhale all the way back up. Open your arms to the side. Okay. So we're going to do a little back bending. I'm going to turn around this way. You might be able to see me a little better. So bring your hands, so in the Dandasana hand, only they're going to be back a little bit behind your hip this time. Your elbows are still pointing back. And your heart is opening, and let your heart reach for the sky. Inhale, come back to a neutral spine. Exhale, open your heart. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, open it up. And let's stay here for just a moment with your, if leaning on your arms is a problem, then let them fly to the side. So you can just open your heart by opening your arms at the same time. And then come back to a neutral spine. Bring the soles of your feet together. Make sure you can see me. And bring your hands to your shins. And we're going to start our cats and dogs. And on an inhale, you're going to use the leverage of your hands on your shins and bend your elbows so you don't put pressure on your shins. And send your heart forward. Exhale. hang off your arms, send your spine curling behind you. Inhale forward. Exhale, curl behind. Inhale, come forward again. Exhale, keep doing this at your own pace, as slow as you like, as rapid as you like. But take the time to notice how your shoulder blades spread apart, how your spine curls. Notice how in your dog spine, your shoulder blades come together and your whole spinal machine curls in the opposite direction, all those vertebrae lining up. And keep going. And after your next cat, when you're in your next cat, just pause. And then bring yourself up to a neutral spine. Okay. So there are a couple of things that we're going to do on our back and why I wanted the strap before we come up to stand. So come to sit with your legs straight out in front of you. Set your arms straight out in front of you, palms together, and then very slowly, very slowly come down onto your back. Use your forearms on the mat rather than allowing your back to slap on the mat. We don't want that. And then bring the soles of your feet to the mat and step your hips a little further to your heels. Bring your right knee into your chest and take your strap, your scarf, whatever you have, and lasso your foot. So wrap it around your foot. And take each end in one hand and straighten your leg as much as you comfortably can. And then then put a little tension on your scarf or whatever you have, a little bit, and send your foot up into your strap, scarf strap. All right, a little to end release. And if the strap isn't working, if your scarf is a little stretchy, just think about stepping on the ceiling, actively stepping on the ceiling, so that you could feel your muscles working, moving upward. Right. And now relax your leg and take both straps in your right hand. And very slowly, so Linda, you're going to go really slowly here. You'll send your leg all the way out to the right. It may not go, maybe go, this is as far as it goes. You may be able to send it all the way down to the mat. Now, come back up, bring your leg back up, because something very important I didn't say. Bring your left hand on your left hip, because we do not want your hip to come off. So this is a little bit of a hamstring stretch. It's not a very big hamstring stretch, but if you bring your hip up off the floor, you're no longer stretching in here because your hip comes off and takes your leg with it. So let's try that again. So you're going to open out to the right with keeping your left hip down, and you go just as far as you comfortably can. It may come down far. It may be up here. Doesn't matter. Anywhere in between, any amount is good. And then slowly bring your leg back up Extend your left leg and take both your straps in your left hand. You're going to do the same thing here, putting your right hand on your right hip. You want to keep that hip down flat. And again, you might go a couple of millimeters, but you're not going to go very far because your right hip has to stay down. So you're only going to go a little bit across the center line. That's it. And then come back to center. Bend your knee and release your foot. All right. So bring your left leg in and wrap your strap or your scarf around your foot and lengthen your leg. Once again, that depends on your body. So you might have a little bend in your knee. The straighter your knee, the straighter your leg, the more you'll be working on your hamstring. So anytime your hamstring gives you a little bit of a, yells at you, soften your knee a little bit, and that will take the pressure off. But we do want to do a little stretching of that hamstring to get it in shape, right? So once again, you're putting some tension on the strap, one end on each side, pushing into it, or feeling like you're stepping on the ceiling. Feel like you're stepping on the ceiling. And then both hands, both straps, both ends of the strap in your left hand, your right hand on your right hip, and send your left leg out to the side as much as it comfortably goes. Whatever your body allows. You want to keep that hip down. So my leg had to just come up now so I can get that hip down. And then come back up to center. And take the straps in your right hand, extend your right leg. Bring your left hand to your left hip and very slowly go across the center line. And then come back to center. Bend your knee, release your foot, send it straight out in front of you. Okay. Bring both your feet onto the mat, the soles of your feet on the mat, and bring your knees into your chest. Take hold of your ankles if you can reach them, or your feet if you can reach them, or your shins, wherever you can reach, whatever you can reach. And just hold on to your shins, and on an exhale, you're going to bring your knees into your chest and then release. Exhale, knees into your chest, inhale, release. Exhale, knees into your chest, exhale, release. Bring your feet back down on the mat. All right. So we're going to now, you're going to send your right arm straight out over alongside your ear. And you're going to roll on to your right side and place your head on your arm. Your knees are bent. And you're going to bend your knees a little more. And maybe you can take your ankle, maybe not, and that's okay. Maybe you can take your ankle and that's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. You're just taking your foot or your ankle. And one way you can do that is bring your knee all the way into your chest so that you can reach for your ankle and then bring it back down. Otherwise, just keep your knee bent. That's all you need to do. Just keep it bent. And now send that bent knee back behind you a little bit, just a little bit. And then bring both knees together again. Roll on to your belly. And come into Sphinx pose. In Sphinx pose, your elbows are under your shoulders. Your legs are straight out from your hip. Okay. And you're going to bend both your knees and straighten them. Then bend just your right knee and straighten it. Your left knee and straighten it. Bend both knees and straighten them. Right? Just a little bit. And it could be just a tiny little bit. Tiny little bit. Just lifting your feet away from the mat. A gentle stretch. Gentle stretch. Come as far as you comfortably can. All right. And now we're going to roll over onto the other side. So I'm just going to switch so that I can see you. Right? So you're going to roll over onto your left side, placing your ear on your arm. I can't do that because I have an earbud in my ear. All right. Bend your knees. Right. You're going to bend your top knee, send it back behind you, and bring it forward. Send it back, bring it forward. Send it back, and bring it forward. Send it back, and leave it there. Bring your knee forward. Maybe you can take your ankle, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe you'll just send your arm straight out as you bend your leg. That's all you need to do. Send it back and forth. You are working your hip flexors here. And then bring your knee on top of your knee. Come back on to your belly. Come back to Sphinx. And send your arms straight out in front of you. So you're still up from the mat a little bit. So you're in a little bit of a back bend here. And then bring your elbows back down. Place one hand on the mat. Bring your right fingers to your left elbow. And then put your other hand on top to bring your head down on your hands, making a pillow for your forehead. And just breathe. Lift your head, slide your hands alongside your breast, and you're going to push yourself back up. Come onto your knees, slide your hands forward, and then you're going to make your way up to stand. Okay. All right, so I had a strap here, yes. Okay. So take hold of your strap. Your scarf, maybe, right? So you're going to step on it so that you have one end, your left leg. I have my right, yeah? So you're holding each end of the strap, right? And you're going to bring your strap back behind. So let your foot go back behind. So your left foot steps back a little bit, all right? And you're going to allow, it's okay if the strap rides up to your ankle. You're going to try and start with it just on your foot, but if it comes up to the ankle, that's okay. And all you're going to do is send your foot back behind you so that your toe is on the mat. That's all you're going to do right now. You want to bring your weight to your left leg and then bend your right leg just a little bit, using the strap to help you do that. And then bring it down. You go only as far as you comfortably can. Maybe you lift it a little bit more. Maybe that's it. And next time, maybe you'll send your left arm out and lift your leg a little bit. And open up your heart for a King Dancer variation. And allow your toe to be on the mat. Allow your toe on the mat or lift it up with the strap. Your toe on the mat or lift it with the strap. Very gentle Nata Rajasana. And really sit. Excellent. So let's do the other side. So everything we've done so far was to help prepare you for this. Yeah. So we did everything on the mat. So you should be a little limber now. So now bring your weight to your opposite foot. Send your other foot back. So your toes, your ball of your foot is still on the mat, right? And then lift your leg and put it down. Lift it and put it down, or you don't have to lift it at all, but keep it bent and behind, either way. And then maybe you'll lift it. And then as you have your weight on your right leg, maybe you could send your arm out, send your heart up. Remember those little back bends we did? So you want to send your heart up and send it back. It up and send it back. So we're going to do this again, and this time I'm going to turn around so that you could see from this angle. We're going to do both of this again, but first stand and breathe for a moment. So step on your scarf. You know, all of these things we could do without the strap. The strap is here just to facilitate this, to make it a little bit easier. So if any of you feel comfortable without using a prop, then by all means do that. So first we're going to start, right leg goes back. You're shifting your weight to your left, so you're on the ball of your foot. All right. And then lift your leg and put it down. Lift it, put it down. Lift it and see if you can keep it up. Send your heart out. And bring it down. Beautiful. All right. Other side. Step on your strap. Step it back behind you. Step your left leg back behind you. You're shifting your weight to your life. And the only thing you're going to do is just lift it a little and bring it down. Lift it a little and bring it down. Lift it a little, bring it down. Lift it a little, hold it, and send your arm out for a Nata Rajasana. You can bring your foot back to the mat if that helps. It can stay always on the mat. So let's do that without the strap this time. Okay, so send your right leg back. Just send it back. You're bending your knee. You're sending your left arm forward. Your right arm back behind you as if you could take hold of that foot. But you're not going to this time. And just lift it up and bring it down. Lift it up. Maybe just your toe stays on the mat. Your toe on the mat. Keep your toe there. And bring it down. And on the other side, your weight is now on your right foot, sending your foot back behind you. Your right arm, let's start with our right arm up, our heart up, and just let's stay on our toe, on the ball of your foot, on your toe, back behind you for Anatta Rajasana. And bring it down. That was beautiful. Good. Okay. So let's take that now. We've done a lot of work. You've in a short time, yeah? So let's take advantage of our being all nice and loose and try our tree pose. So come to your mountain pose. Your shoulders over your hips over your ankles. Send your shoulders forward, up, back, and down, and let your arms fall comfortably by your side. Crown of your head reaching up, bring your belly towards your spine. When we do tree pose, you're going to find a point directly in front of you on the wall, on a table, something that you can focus on, your drishti, your focal point. So come onto the ball of your left foot, open it, your leg out to the side, and you can just leave your heel leaning against your right ankle. And then grow your branches, grow them. And they can go in any direction. Trees grow every which way, right? They grow every way. So you let your arms go where they're most comfortable. Yeah. And then bring your hands down to your heart. And maybe you'll bring your foot to your calf, maybe not. Maybe you're not ready for that today, and that's all right. And bring it all down. So let's open our right leg out to the side. And again, your right heel can come against your left foot. And let your branches grow. However, this tree, this could be a wild, crazy, you know, there's those wonderful Asian trees that grow wide instead of upward. I know very little about, you know, the different types, but I'm sure some of you know very well. And then bring your hands to your heart. Remember to look at that drishti, and maybe you'll bring your foot to your calf. Maybe. And bring it down. Wonderful. So we're going to make our way back down to our mat. And we're going to do just one little cooling exercise before Shavasana. But during Shavasana, what I'd like to do is bring you into a meditation of gratitude. So while you're in Shavasana, I'll give you a minute or so, a minute or two where you're nice and quiet and you're in your regular Shavasana, and then I'll bring you into the meditation of gratitude. So roll your shoulders, hang your head. Start to fold at the middle, at your hips. Bend your knees deeply. Come all the way down to a little bit of a squat. Bring your hands to the mat. One knee, then the other knee. And then make your way on to your back. So the one really great cooling pose that I like to do, if you have a blanket or a pillow, you can bring your feet to the mat, lift your hips, and slide that blanket underneath your hips. If you had a block, you'd be putting it on your sacrum, but a blanket, and the only reason for doing this is it helps make your inversion. So you're going to bring one leg up and then the other to the ceiling. It helps to make your inversion a little bit higher. That allows you to go higher, bringing your heart a little bit north of your head. Yeah. And just let your legs stretch to the ceiling. And relax your arms by your side, complete relaxation. And this is a wonderful exercise, a wonderful pose for blood flow, to help your blood flow. And whenever you're ready, you will make your way into Shavasana. Bend your knees, bring your feet to the mat, lift your hips if you have a blanket underneath, and slide it out. You'll extend one leg, then the other leg. Let them splay open naturally. Your arms a little bit away from your body, your arms rotated so that your palms are facing upward, your fingers like petals cupped to the sky, like lotus blossoms floating on the pond. Om Namah Shivaya, I surrender to transformation and welcome the changes that will lead me to who I am. Deepen your breath. And bring your attention to your heart center. And feel your heart filling with joy, with gratitude, with love. And we're going to send letters to the most important people and places in our lives to thank them, to show our gratitude. And we're going to start with ourselves. Dear body, thank you for taking me where I wish to go. Thank you for all my senses, allowing me to feel, to see, to hear, to taste, and to smell. Gifts that enrich my everyday experiences. Thank you, dear heart, for beating for me, for your beautiful rhythm. Thank you, dear body, for being so unique, like a work of art, a sculpture designed just for me. Thank you for keeping me safe inside this beautiful place so I can live this precious life. And now thank you to the earth and the heavens. Thank you, dear Mother Earth, for embracing me and weaving me into your precious ecosystem. Thank you for the sunrise that fills me with hope. for the colors you paint all around me, the greens, browns, pinks, yellows, blues, purples, reds, and all the colors and shades in between. Thank you. Thank you for the rain that nurtures your flora, for the rainbows that color the sky, for the food you give us so generously. Thank you for the snow that shimmers like frosting and invites children to play. Thank you for the sunset that calms my heart, for the evening sky filled with sparkling stars that tickle my eyes. Thank you. Thank you, dear moon, for illuminating the night sky and keeping me close to this earth, our home. Thank you to every person, every creature who I have ever known, to those with whom I have clashed, as well as those who I have loved deeply. Thank you for the lessons you taught me that allowed me to grow. Thank you for your unconditional love, for your patience, your guidance. Thank you for making me laugh, for sharing my tears, for listening to my heart, for making me stronger, for challenging my beliefs, my instincts, for contributing to who I am today and who I will be tomorrow. Thank you to the divine spirit that fills me with infinite love. Thank you for keeping me safe, for holding me close, for giving me courage and letting me know how powerful I am and that I will thrive. Come back to your heart beating so tenderly for you. Bring your attention there. And simply come back into your relaxation. Roll your head from side to side. Send your arms overhead, back behind you. Send your feet away in the opposite direction to stretch your whole body, deep body stretch. Bring your knees into your chest and hug them and roll from side to side. Bring your feet back down to the mat and roll over onto whichever side you prefer to come to a fetal position, signifying rebirth and a new beginning. And whenever you're ready, come up to sit. Take your time. And when you get there, bring your hands to your heart. And let's take all this energy that we have generated today and send it everywhere in the spirit of gratitude. And I am grateful for you. Namaste. Oops. Oh, I have to stop this.